Well, I didn't win a single class that I entered this weekend. I guess that means I failed, huh? Now you guys really didn't think I felt that way, did you? Come on now. I didn't get a first place, but I got some thirds and some fourths. Come on. A few days ago, I shared my story of how I started showing horses when I was 47 years old. Now I'm 51, and the responses really blew me away. All of you wanted me to continue to update you and share my story of just continuing to show horses and really enjoy it. And this weekend, I may not have won any single class, but boy, were the wins huge. I really came home feeling like I won a lot of things. You see, I showed two horses I had never shown before. I showed my 3-year-old for the first time in a working Western rail class, and we got a 4th place, I think out of 12 or 13 horses. I showed my wife's horse that I've never shown before. So 2 horses I'd never shown before. I showed him, Maverick, in rail classes and ranch riding classes. We did a total of 5 classes that day. We did 4 of those classes together. And then both non-pros, we placed 3rd. And man, we would have won that class if I had been able to get the correct lead coming around out of that rollback. And then we placed 4th in our rail classes. I did get a DQ, but that's okay. In one of the ranch riding classes, I got a DQ, but we had huge wins in all of those. And it's always a good weekend when you get to bring home some ribbons, right? And I'll show you the picture at the end of us standing in front of the banner, just celebrating with our trainer. It was fantastic. A few years ago, I would have taken that and looked at it and thought, a few years ago, I would have looked at those no blue ribbons as a loss. I would have looked and thought nothing else but about my competitors, my peers who kicked my butt. And I would have drove home all upset and torn up about not winning this weekend. And that's not the case anymore. It was a big win. I would have convinced myself that I wasn't good enough. I didn't have what it takes. I didn't have the right horse. And I just would have been jealous, and frankly, it would have ruined my whole weekend. And I've done that before. I ran a marketing agency for 20 years, and for so long, I focused so much on my competitors. And sometimes that's a really good thing, but I focused so much on these 2 individuals specifically and how good and successful they were. And instead of admiring it and being really just supportive of 2 of my peers, 2 friends I grew up in the industry, I seethed. I got jealous. Maybe it wasn't jealous. I kind of got depressed of why didn't that happen to me? And it didn't matter how much money I had in the bank, how successful our clients were, how great our team members were, what the culture was, how successful my family thought I was, and generally how good our life was. When I saw those competitors land big clients or do things that I hadn't thought of, I just got so down on myself and just bummed, and this really poor view of myself that it just kind of wrecked everything. It just didn't matter how well I was doing. That comparison stole every joy out of any success that I had. And I wish I learned that lesson long before I did, but this weekend reminded me that sometimes winning is showing a horse for the first time when you've never done it before and you started way later than everybody else. Sometimes it's just being there when you were nervous, entering that ring, crossing those cones, when you're just so balled up and nervous. Get out of here, cat. Sometimes it's becoming a better horseman. Sometimes it's showing your wife's horse just to get it out there and help her along her recovery. And sometimes it's just being 1% better than you were the day before. That's the kind of winning I want to chase. Not blue ribbons and buckles, but becoming better every single day. It's not about being better than somebody else. It's not about beating that person that always kicks your butt. Because there's a few of them out there that they got my number and they get me every time. It's about becoming a better you. And I think the same is in business. At least that's what I've learned over, I don't know how old I am now, but 25 years of doing this. All in all, man, it was a great weekend. I learned so much stuff, and we have such an amazing trainer spent all weekend, really, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, helping me show these horses better, becoming a better horseman. And that's so important. It's really one of the reasons I started equinerevshare.com is not to help trainers compete against each other, but to help them build sustainable businesses and profitable ones that they're able to benefit from for years to come. So if you're a horse trainer, a horse professional, go check out equinerevshare.com. We're set up to help you make more money by the referrals that you already make. Go check it out. If you are an exhibitor or just a horse person and you have a trainer or a chiropractor or just any horse pro in your life and you want them to be more successful, then share this with them. Share equinerevshare.com with them and help us grow and help us help them grow. Anyway, thank you for following the journey. Your guys' comments were so amazing. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited to show in Nampa, Idaho at the end of this month and just see how far my 3-year-old and I can go. We picked her up in Iowa a couple months ago, and the people there just did an amazing job, and I'm so excited to continue to show. So, and hey, if you do see me at a show, come say hi. I'd love to hear about you. But hey, what did you do this weekend that was a small win? I want to know, was it a big win? What did you accomplish that's a win? Maybe it wasn't standing in the arena, hearing your name and getting a blue ribbon or a buckle, but maybe it was just showing up. So I want to hear all about it.